Do you find it difficult managing your AhsayOBM backup sets using Linux or FreeBSD on a CLI machine? Having to enter various commands and go through different processes when creating a backup set with backupset.xml. You might be new or unfamiliar with the CLI environment, but you have nothing to worry about. Even professionals may find the process on the CLI machine a bit of a disadvantage in terms of time and efficiency. As there is no graphical user interface for AhsayOBM on a CLI machine, this can prevent the backup server administrators and users from efficiently managing their Linux and FreeBSD backup sets. Good thing, Ahsay has the answer, with a feature that is extremely handy and practical for Linux and FreeBSD CLI users. By using the Ahsay CBS Web Management Console, Linux and FreeBSD admins and users can now achieve a simplified backup set setup. To learn how to become confident in managing your Linux and FreeBSD backup sets, let's go to my screen and keep on watching. To start with a convenient method of managing Linux or FreeBSD backup sets, we will begin by showing you how to create a backup set in a quick, easy, and hassle-free way without using the CLI machine, and go through the backupset.xml file. First, log in to your Ahsay CBS Web Management Console. Go to Users, Groups, and Policies. Select the user account that you will use to create a Linux backup set. Open Backup Set and click the Add button to create a new backup set. Before proceeding, double-check the directories of the folders you aim to back up. To do this, open your Linux machine using an SSH client. Go to the root folder by using the cd command. Enter ls-la to check the contents of the root folder. Here, you'll see several files as well as folders that you can select for backup. We do this to verify that the backup source we intend to use for backup really exists. For this example, I intend to backup 3 folders: root documents, root imported files, and root pictures. After confirming which files and folders we need to back up, go back to your Ahsay CBS Web Management Console. Rename the backup set. Leave the backup set type on default, which is File Backup. Then select Linux for platform. Click Next to proceed. For backup source, leave the filter feature disabled. Then under Other Selected Source, click the Add button to add a backup source. Manually enter the directory path of each file or folder you aim to back up. Then click the Add button at the bottommost part of the page. You can see that the directory path for documents has been successfully added. Repeat the same steps if you intend to add other sources. After entering your desired backup sources, click Next to proceed. For backup schedule, we'll enter hostname to use the computer name for the scheduler. You may use the default schedule provided, but for this, we'll create another one. Click the Add button. Rename it, then configure the schedule as desired. Click the Add button again, then Next to continue. Click the Add button to add a destination. Check the checkbox for Ahsay CBS. Then click the Add button. As we only have a single backup destination, leave the backup mode on default with sequential. Then click Save. You can now see here the newly created Linux file backup set. As we intend to use the file viewer, open File Viewer. You will see a warning message saying, File Viewer is disabled. Click to enable. Click the hyperlink text. You will be redirected to the other section of the settings. Check the temporary directory and configure accordingly. We will keep the default settings for follow link, file permissions, and compressions. For encryption, we have to enable it from AhsayOBM on the Linux or FreeBSD CLI machine after we have created the backup set. Scroll down and you'll see the section of File Viewer. Tick the checkbox to enable the viewing list of backup files on backup server without encryption key. Then save. If you would notice, another prompt message appeared saying, Please run backup to server latest version. This simply means that after enabling the File Viewer, you have to run a manual or scheduled backup job before you can access the File Viewer feature. With this, go back to your Linux machine via an SSH client. Use the cd command to go to bin. Before running a backup job on the newly created backup set, you have to set up the encryption key first. To do this, start AhsayOBM by running the configurator. As we already have a user account, enter 1 to log in. Enter the backup server URL, port, as well as the protocol. For proxy, we'll enter N. Then proceed to your username and password. As the Linux file backup set was created on Ahsay CBS Web Management Console, we have to set up the encryption key first. Enter Y. Enable encryption key. You will be asked to choose an encryption type. Enter 1 for default, which is the most secure option as it uses AES 256-bit encryption technology and a randomly generated encryption key made up of 44 alphanumeric characters. Take note, once you have selected the encryption settings and your backup set is created, it cannot be changed afterwards. If you need to change the encryption settings, then a new backup set must be created. Your data will have to be backed up again from scratch. Then click to continue. Enter 8. Before executing the backup job, make sure that you're currently in the bin folder of the AhsayOBM directory. To confirm, enter pwd. Otherwise, use the cd command to go to the bin folder. From here, use the sh command to run the backup job. Before pressing the enter key, make sure that you have entered the correct format of the backup set as it works case sensitive. The backup job has started. You might need to wait for a while before the backup job gets completed. The duration will depend on the number of files or folders you selected to back up. After the backup job is completed, a line will show backup completed successfully. Go back to your Ahsay CBS Web Management Console. Reload the file viewer page. The warning message for the Linux file backup set disappears. You should be able to click on the backup set and access the file viewer feature. Open the folders and subfolders to check if the selected data have been successfully backed up. And that is how you can simplify the file backup set creation process for AhsayOBM on CLI machines. Quick and easy. As we have shown, this method significantly reduces the time and effort required for backup set creation and management on Linux and FreeBSD CLI machines. What's more, this method is not limited to file backup sets on Linux or FreeBSD environments. It can also be used for MySQL, MariaDB, Oracle databases, as well as Linux bare metal backups. Achieve your ultimate goal of complete data protection. Secure, reliable, affordable. Ahsay. Keep your data safe with us.